Okay, so students, I'm going to discuss land degradation and conservation measures today. Like in our previous class, that is yesterday, we have discussed about the land utilization category in our country actually, and we came to know that the land resources of our country is used for different purpose. Okay, so like the land is used for forest cover, the land is used for agricultural purpose. Some of the land there comes under the category of barren and the wasteland. Some of the land is used for human habitations, okay, for construction of houses, roads, railways, industries, and all. Okay, and a major portion of the land resources of our country is used for the agricultural purpose actually. Okay, so this land resources which is being utilized for different purpose, okay, has undergone the process of degradation actually. Okay, in many areas of our country, land degradation has taken place. Okay, so what are the causes of this land degradation and how can we mitigate the problem of land degradation actually that we are going to discuss today? So land degradation basically refers to the decline in the quality of the soil actually. Okay, land degradation basically refers to the decline in the quality of the land or the soil. Okay, so it is very much important to maintain the quality of the land resources because these land resources, they provide us with food, they provide us with various other elements which we require actually. They provide us with the minerals, the food. Okay, it is the house for the it is the medium for plant growth, etc. actually. Okay, so we have shared our land with the past generation and will have to do so with the future generation too. Okay, so basically the land resources which we are utilizing at present, it has been used by our past generation. That means our forefather has utilized these land resources to meet their demands, as well as we are utilizing the land resources at present to meet our demand, and our future generation will also utilize these land resources, okay, for to meet their demands actually. So 95% of our basic needs for food, shelter, and clothing are obtained from these land resources actually. Okay, 95% of our basic need, that is the need of food, the need of shelter, clothing, and all, everything, it comes from the land resources. Okay, so land is very much vital actually. The land resources is very much vital for human survival because without land resources, the human survival will be quite difficult. Okay, because this land resources is the, you can say, is the storehouse for different kinds of products which we need, okay, to maintain a normal life actually. But the human activities, that is our activities, have not only brought about degradation of land but also aggravated the pace of natural forces to cause damage to the land actually. So basically the human activities, the different types of human activities, like the industrialization, okay, the agricultural practice, the various other developmental activities and all. Okay, so these all activities of the human beings, they have brought about degradation of the land actually. They have caused land degradation, and on the other hand, it has also, okay, the human activities has also increased the pace of the natural forces to cause damage to the land. Okay, that means because of the human activities, the natural forces has become like more powerful actually, and this is the reason that due to natural force also, like the land is getting damaged. Okay, just for instance, take an example of soil erosion. Okay, soil erosion has become like more, the cases of soil erosion or the rate of soil erosion has increased at the in the present time actually, just because of this human activities. Okay, and this soil erosion is causing damage to the land resources. Okay, so human beings are directly and indirectly responsible for land degradation. Okay, like we human beings are directly causing land degradation by dumping of the waste products and all. Okay, by using uh, excessive chemical fertilizers and all, and indirectly, okay, means there are many human activities actually which is causing the natural force to act more faster actually. So when the natural forces, they act more faster and with more energy, the land gets degraded. Okay, that means the land gets damaged actually. Okay, so this is why it is very much essential to understand the cause of land degradation actually. Okay, it is very much essential to understand the cause of land degradation and also to find out the solution, okay, to mitigate the problem of land degradation in our country actually, not only in our country but for the whole world. Human activities such as deforestation, overgrazing, mining, and quarrying too have contributed significantly in land degradation. So the human activities, okay, such as deforestation, overgrazing, the mining activities, and the quarrying activities are mainly responsible actually for the land degradation. Okay, like we human beings, we clear the forest, we cut down the trees, and also give to construct the houses for to increase the agricultural land or for setting up the industries and all. So what is happening here is that because of deforestation, okay, the lands become exposed to the natural forces like the uh, sun's energy, the wind energy, the rainfall and all. Okay, and soil erosion takes place, and ultimately it is responsible for land degradation. Overgrazing. Overgrazing is also responsible for land degradation. Okay, now the question is how? How this overgrazing causes land degradation? See, when the animals are left behind, okay, to feed on the grasses and all, what happens is that the animals, they feed on these grasses, okay, and the land is left exposed. Okay, and means if excessive amount of grass is being eaten by the animals and all, what will happen? The land will get exposed to the sunlight, the solar, the wind energy, and the water resource, water rainfall and all. Okay, and these forces can easily cause degradation of the land. Okay, not only deforestation and overgrazing, but also the mining activities and the quarrying activities. Okay, are also responsible for land degradation. Okay, like mining activity, when we do the mining, when we take out the mineral resources and all from the interior of the earth, okay, the land gets degraded to a large extent. And quarrying basically involves taking out the soil, taking out the sand and the stones from the river beds and all. Okay, so these are the main factors which are responsible for land degradation. Even the mining sites are abandoned after excavation work is complete, leaving deep scars and traces of overburdening. Okay, even the mining sites, I mean the areas where mining is being done actually, those sites are left abandoned after mining is completed. So basically, suppose for example, when we take out the coal resources, okay, when coal is being mined, so after the entire deposit of coal is being extracted, the coal mines are being left behind actually. Okay, so what is happening is that there are chances of collapse of these coal mines and all. Okay, and emission of various pollution, poisonous gases and all. Okay, so like this way, it may cause land degradation. Deforestation due to mining have caused severe land degradation, and on the other hand, deforestation plus mining activity, okay, has caused severe land degradation. So basically, in the state like Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, some parts of Madhya Pradesh, and all, okay, like most of the mineral resources are found in the forested areas and all. So in order to extract the mineral resources, first of all, the land has to be cleared actually. Okay, means deforestation has to be done. So first the land is being cleared, that is the trees are being cut down, and then mining is being done actually. So here you can see that both deforestation and mining is causing double impact on the land. Okay, on the land resources of that particular area, and it is causing severe degradation of the land in these areas actually. Okay, in the states like Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and Maharashtra, overgrazing is one of the major reasons for land degradation. Okay, so basically in the states like Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and Maharashtra, overgrazing is the main reason for land degradation. Okay, so here you can see that the human activities here, almost all the activities which I am talking about, that is deforestation, overgrazing, mining, and quarrying. Okay, these are all the human activities actually. Okay, so these all human activities are directly responsible for land degradation. Okay. Apart from this, agricultural practice is also responsible for land degradation. Now, how? How the agricultural activities cause land degradation? That we are going to discuss in this slide. In the states of Punjab, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh, over irrigation is responsible for land degradation due to waterlogging, leading to increase in salinity and alkalinity in the soil. So basically, in the states of Punjab, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh, over irrigation is mainly responsible for land degradation. Okay, so in these states, Punjab, Haryana, and Western Uttar Pradesh, we can see that a larger part of the land resources is used for agriculture. Okay, so in order to carry out the agricultural activities, the farmers, they need the water. Okay, so what they are doing is that they are taking help of the irrigation facilities, basically the canal irrigation, the tubewell irrigation, and all. Okay, so the water from the canals are being supplied to the agricultural field. Okay, and excessive amount of water is being supplied to this agricultural field. So what is happening? The water, the soil also has some capacity to absorb water, and beyond that, if extra amount of water is being provided, what will happen? It cannot absorb the water, so waterlogging will take place. Okay, so this is how actually in many areas of Punjab, Haryana, and Western Uttar Pradesh, excessive amount of irrigation, that is over irrigation, is causing waterlogging, and which in turn is causing land degradation actually. And another negative impact of over irrigation is that the water, okay, the water also has some percentage of soil composition in it actually. Okay, so when excessive amount of water is being provided to the agricultural field, what happens? Like excessive amount of soil deposits takes place in this agricultural field. Okay, and slowly the salinity of the soil and the alkalinity of the soil also increases, and this makes the soil infertile. Okay, that means the fertility of the soil reduces. Okay, so this is how over irrigation is the main cause uh, responsible for land degradation in the agricultural states of Punjab, Haryana, and Western Uttar Pradesh actually. Okay. Even the industrial activities are also responsible for land degradation. Okay, like there are many industries in our country, so these industries, okay, these industries actually they discharge the waste water, the waste, the garbages and all waste products and all. Okay, and they dump it in the nearby areas and all, and which causes degradation of the land. See, in recent years, industrial effluents as waste have become a major source of land and water pollution in many parts of the country. So many of the waste products from the industries are being dumped into the nearby areas and all. Okay, so when these waste products are being dumped openly into the agricultural land or in the open fields and all, what happens? That land becomes infertile, or that land becomes unsuitable for human use actually. Okay, so this is how it is causing land degradation. Okay, and when rainfall takes place actually. Okay, and when rainfall takes place on it actually. Okay, so from this waste product, some of the chemicals and all, okay, uh, harmful chemicals, they percolate into the soil. Okay, and the water also gets polluted. Apart from this, the industries like the cement industries, okay, in the cement industry and the ceramic industries and all, okay, the grinding of the limestone takes place. Okay, the mineral processing like grinding of limestone for cement industry and calcite and soapstone for ceramic industry, they generate huge quantity of dust in the atmosphere. Okay, so basically in the cement industries, what happened? The limestone has to be grind, it has to be converted into dust. Okay, so during this process of converting the limestone into dust and all, okay, powder, what happens? I like huge quantity of limestone get exposed to the air actually, and later on this limestone and the other dust particles, they settle on the nearby land resources. So when they settle on these nearby land resources, okay, the land becomes unsuitable for agricultural use for different purpose, and even the water absorbing capacity of this land reduces because the upper layer of the soil or the land, okay, gets covered with this limestone actually, dust particles of limestone and all, and they cannot absorb the water. Okay, so in the cement industry, grinding of limestone and in the in the soapstone and calcite and all are also responsible for land degradation actually. Okay, so these are the different causes. Okay, these are the different causes which are responsible for land degradation in our country actually. Okay, not only our country, but these factors are also responsible for land degradation in many other countries of the world. Okay. So this is what about the different factors responsible for land degradation actually, okay, or you can say the different causes of land degradation. So now let us proceed to the next one, that is land conservation measures. Okay, means the different techniques or different strategies which we can follow, okay, to reduce land degradation or to conserve the land resources. There are many ways to solve the problem of land degradation. Okay, so we can follow different ways actually to solve the problems of land degradation. Afforestation and proper management of grazing can help to some extent. So basically the afforestation program, that is the planting of new trees, okay, and proper management of grazing can help to some extent actually. Okay, means like the areas where overgrazing has caused a lot of land degradation, in those areas, okay, means instead of leaving the domestic animals, okay, open in a particular area, they can be shifted on an alternate day. Suppose they are left today in one particular field for feeding, So next day they may be shifted to the another plot of land for feeding. So what will happen like this way if it goes on turn wise? So the area where they have already feed, it means where they have already grazed, after 1 week or 10 days, a new grasses will come out. Okay, so they can again go back to the previous land for grazing actually. So what will happen? The land will not remain exposed. Okay, or the land will not get exposed to the sunlight, to the rainfall and the wind actually. So soil erosion will less soil erosion will take place actually. So this is how the grazing, okay, management of grazing can help in reducing land degradation. And afforestation, we all know that if we plant more number of trees, what will happen? More number of trees means the roots of the trees can hold the soil for a longer, more tightly, and like soil erosion will be less, isn't it? Okay. Planting of shelter belts of plants, control or overgrazing, stabilization of the sand dunes by growing thorny bushes are some of the methods to check land degradation in the arid areas. Even in the arid areas, that is in the drier areas, land degradation, okay, or can be the problem of land degradation can be sought out by this measure, like planting of the shelter belts of plants, control on overgrazing, stabilization of the sand dunes by growing the thorny bushes, okay, can help in causing checking land degradation. Basically, in the drier areas, land degradation takes place in the form of soil erosion. Okay, soil erosion is also a type of land degradation. So in the arid areas, okay, soil erosion is very much pronounced actually. It means the wind, okay, when the wind blows at a very faster rate, what happens? The soil, it blows from one particular area to the another, and even the areas where like you can say the soil is fertile, little bit of fertile soil is available. In those areas, the sand get deposited, and that particular land may get degraded. Okay, so what we can do is planting of the shelter belt. So basically, in the arid areas and all, suppose where the sand dunes are there, or where the agricultural some amount of fertile land are there, so surrounding that we can plant the trees and all, okay, so that the fast blowing wind, okay, can stop this sand, okay, which blows along with the wind actually to reach those fertile lands. Okay, stabilization of the sand dunes. Okay, sand dunes are not like stable in the drier area, because when the wind blows at a very faster rate, what happens? From the sand dunes, the sands get blown away by the wind and they get deposited in the some other areas. So along these areas of the sand dunes, if we plant the thorny bushes, okay, like the cactus, the bubble, and all these kind of trees can be planted. So what will happen? The speed of the wind will be restricted, will be lowered down by this thorny bushes and all, and the sand dunes may not shift from one area to the another, so it will remain confined to a particular area only. Okay, so some amount of fertile land which are available in the drier areas, that can be protected from this soil erosion actually. Okay, and this is how we can conserve the soil in the drier areas, basically in the arid areas. Proper management of wasteland, control of mining activities, proper discharge and disposal of industrial effluents and waste after treatment can reduce land and water degradation in industrial and the suburban areas. So proper management of the wasteland, okay, the land which is already degraded actually. So if we take care of it, okay, if proper management is taken care, okay, proper management is done of those wasteland and all, what will happen? The land can be rejuvenated again. Okay, the fertility of the land can be regained again, so that it can be used. Okay, control of mining activities. Okay, we must control the mining activities and all, like unnecessary mining should not be done, because unnecessary mining is mainly responsible for land degradation. Okay, and the discharge of the industrial and the waste product, means from the industries also we discharge a lot of wastewater and the industrial waste products actually. So before dumping these industrial waste products and all, it should be properly treated, so that the areas where this industrial waste products will be dumped, okay, they does not cause much pollution actually. Okay, so proper discharge and disposal of the industrial effluents and waste after treatment can help reduce land degradation and water degradation, basically in the industrial area and in the suburban area. Okay, in the industrial area, if you visit any of the industrial area, you will find that the quality of the land and the quality of the water is very much poor actually. It's not so good. Why? Because of this industrial waste only. Okay, so it has to be regulated, it has to be treated before it is being discharged into the water bodies or on the soil. Okay, so this is what about different land conservation techniques actually. Okay, so here we have discussed today about the causes of land degradation, and as well as about the different land conservation measures which can be followed, okay, to reduce land degradation in our country actually. Okay. So thank you everyone.